that. Detective Gumshoe? What can you tell me about this? Huh? Hey, pal! This is a detective ID card! You can't just keep that, you have to turn it into the police! It's people like you that get me into trouble all the time. Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot. Let's see. Bruce Goodman. Goodman. Sounds familiar. Nah, my mistake. But you don't work together with him in criminal fair. Whoa! Now I remember! Bruce Goodman, he's the victim! That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Goodman? Gumshoe? Goodman. God damn it. So now we can talk to him about Goodman. So this ID card belongs to the victim. He was a detective like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman. Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be laying on the ground where we found it? Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was evidence transferal for the case he handled 2 years ago. Evidence transferal. Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office. Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but the word is that Chief Sky called him out there to the parking lot. And Lon's confessing as much. Alright. Present. We could have done this at first when we were already at the presenting. Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. You were the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal! I got an award for diligence myself! Congratulations. I was wondering why the award the shield, and why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently he's forgotten. But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. He's even got a naysayer in the prosecutor's office. Yeah, we've heard about the rumors. Okay, so there's something else we gotta present. Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with a Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Wait, I'm sure, of course, someone else really did it. Someone who must have been a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. The car and the knife do seem a little well organized to be a coincidence. Poor Mr. Edgeworth, what could have happened? We have to find out a little more what's going on with Edgeworth. Alright, so now we've done that, we should be able to talk to him about that. He's in a tough spot again! Again? No, we'll see from the last case. Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney, Hammond. But Edgeworth was found innocent! Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses, nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. Ever since that he was accused of murder, no one's whispering, they're practically shouting. But there's no evidence against him. Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties with the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious. I had no idea he was under the gun. Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor's position himself. What? But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet for this one. He's doing this for all of us. Alright. So now that we've done that, we can examine. There's not really anything that'll examine except for the Blue Badger. I was wondering about that. What? The dancing Blue Badger? It's my masterpiece. It dances. You made this, Detective Gumshoe? The chief threw together some designs and I just did my thing, pal. Nice work. It's battery powered, so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances and dances until the batteries die. Poor Blue Badger, fated to dance until he drops. Aww. And that's all I know about that, pal. I'm not officially on the case, you know. Thank you. Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? We need the guy who is... What was his name? The guy in the parking lot? That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the Chief of Police. Officer Marshall, is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? No, Jake Marshall is just a regular officer from West LA. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this, and they'll let you examine the crime scene, maybe. Gee, that's official. I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there, and nobody will look at you twice, pal. Alright, well, we got that, so now we can go to the underground parking lot. And we're almost freaking done. February 12th. I mean, 22nd. Looks like the investigation is going. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. I see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Oh, still here? Ah, hello. Why the surprised look? Didn't I mention I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs too? What happened to the security guard? Okay. Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like the doggy that's just lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange, the guy put in charge of a crime scene. Alright, well... if you try to talk to him about anything, he's not gonna tell you anything until you present this. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go right in the spittoon. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe? Aw, that old cow dog? He's holding the birthday party or something. Huh? Look where it says the letter of introduction, it says invitation. Ah, I think he just miswrote it. Great, Detective Gumshoe, I owe you one. No worries, this proves it's from Detective Gumshoe better than a blood test. Guess I'd better let you in, then. Thank you, Officer Marshall. Officer Marshall isn't a detective, he's a patrolman. That reminds me of something. That is odd. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher? Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like a settler. Strike our lands for unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny. Note to self, police investigating are like settling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? I say I won't be needing this anymore. Detective Gumshoe's letter of introduction crumpled and discarded. Alright, so now he'll talk to us. The victim. Officer Marshall, could you tell us about the victim? Good men always die young, remember that, partner. Could you be a little more specific? Bruce Goodman! He was a detective, right? Well, aren't you a feisty doggy there? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The Smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Starr. One stab to the chest, a fine piece of work. Here's the autopsy. Okay. Was my sister involved with the victim in any way? Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prosecutor Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? They apparently worked together on a case a few years back, so there was no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he didn't do much work with the chief prosecutor. But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here to the parking lot. So it seems, like calling an unnamed night to a shootout at high noon. Alright, let's talk to him about him. I don't mean to offend, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective. You call me out, they shoot you for that in Texas, huh? I was the one of them fancy shoot detectives till 2 years ago, tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he tells me. But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? So why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime. That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least. He's nothing but a sad old cow dog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's 'cause he runs with that Edgeworth, eh? Edgeworth? The cow dog's been kicked out of this cow run by the order of Chief of Police. Just, he didn't realize it yet. Detective Gumshoe's kicked out of the investigation? Alright, so now we can go to the other screen. Let's examine it. B block. It's through their visitors park. I can tell that the lunch lady's car over there far in the distance. Hey, you're right. I like the cute design on the door. I can see the cartoon cow munching down on a juicy-looking steak. Doesn't that strike you as a little creepy? Just don't think too deeply into it and you'll be fine. Okay.